Yo, 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 welcome back to the Lum LaL Show. I'm your host, Bilal Ray.
Yo, I know you miss my loving, my thugging, my thug loving. It's your boy Pharaoh Lum.
I
Nice to
know
see you.
you miss my love. Thug,
I know you're getting bored.
involved.
Yeah. Chilling
And-
with Sim.
Chilling with
Don't start, please.
Sim.
With Sim.
Whoo! Listen, we got a
Right off the
third mic
helicopter.
in the building today, and I would like to introduce her. So,
Yeah.
our guest today has added value to artist space, corporate spaces.
Mhm.
She's even been a radio personality at Whammo. She's been a media manager for a school district.
Mhm.
And most currently, she is the founder of another platform called Everyday Conversations,
Mhm.
where you can catch her on Instagram and on YouTube. And so, could we please get a round of applause, even if you're at home, for our guest today, the Portia Fox.
Bam, 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 bam. Don
I just got
DeMarco.
really blushed. That was a great intro.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
thank you. I wanted to ask you. So I just seen on your Instagram the other day. You said to the camera, "Life is hard, but you're harder."
Yeah, life is hard.
Why is it important to you to speak life into people?
Because I feel like it's my purpose.
Mm.
There was a time where I didn't know exactly like what am I supposed to be doing here. Like grew up in a church, so I don't know about late 20s. It's like what am I supposed to be doing? What are my talents? What is my purpose? Because this working in customer service job just this can't be it that I have to offer.
Mm-hmm.
So I just opened up my mind, my heart, and listened, and God literally showed me a path. Like, and that's when I started Raw Deal Radio. That was the very first podcast that I had. And it was sex focused, but it was healthy sex.
I want to say because Raw Deal. What we talking about?
Yeah.
Right. We
Yeah.
definitely
But yeah.
talked about the nasty,
but healthy.
healthy relationships. What does a healthy sexual relationship look like? What do healthy relationships look like? Before all of the back and forth propaganda with the man and the woman.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
I was
goodness.
definitely on some. How can we make this work? Y'all nasty out here, but I want y'all to also be safe
Yeah.
while you're doing it. So it came from a genuine place of Instagram was fairly new.
Yeah.
And it went from, oh, these is just regular pictures to now these are like a lot of sex advertisements. Earlier on, it was a lot of like, but I was like, and after I said the prayer and asked what's my purpose, I was like, where are the condom ads?
Yeah.
Where are the condom ads?
Why? Because we just what we promoting? Like what's happening?
Niggas hate condoms, I swear.
They hate condoms.
Yeah.
I remember my boy when he first had his kid, he was like, I don't know how I had a kid. I said, nigga, you hated condoms every day I've known you for your entire life.
I don't
surprised you don't have-
understand. You and I get it. I get it. I understand raw feels better. You know what I'm saying? But do you know the person who you're raw dogging?
Yeah, we had that
Not
conversation.
really.
You remember the question I put up? I mean, the statement I put up.
Yeah.
I said people will have sex with a random person before they drink a glass of tap water.
You're willing to have a
Facts.
baby with somebody that you don't know.
Before you drink a
Fact.
glass of tap
And
water.
that
Before
was
you have
definitely me
nerve
for
to
a
have
large part of
preference
my
over
life.
Aquafina and Dasani,
Facts.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
definitely
but you don't wear a condom.
You don't wear a
crazy.
condom.
How?
Trifling.
So to answer your question, as far as like what was the origin story,
Right.
that's pretty much it.
Okay.
I'm a yapper, and I want to see everybody win. I want to see my people win, but I want to see good people win. I really just like everybody is trying to figure out what they're good at or what their passion is. And
Right.
sometimes you take some shots and it doesn't work, but you got to keep going. So
Absolutely.
you're trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Life is hard. While you're trying to figure this out, though,
Right.
you're gonna get blindsided with a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
There's gonna be grief. There's gonna be loss. There's gonna be financial issues. It's inevitable.
All of them. Even
Yeah.
if you don't go for it, you're going to run into those things.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you might as well just go for it.
It's an obstacle course. Like
Absolutely.
I was telling Bilal, like I work at a nonprofit. And we work for housing women and families going through substance abuse.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I was working with one of the kids down there, and he's been telling me he ain't been out his house in probably a while, like probably a couple years. And I was talking to him, and he had finally got out, so we had a good day because he's getting out, he's getting some sun.
Wait,
And I'm like,
wait. He ain't been out the house for years?
Yeah, like left out his house.
Is it just because social
Damn.
anxiety?
Social anxiety, like mental health, like a lot of different reasons. Withdrawal
Oh,
from
wow.
society. But I was telling him it's good that you having these good days and that you're seeing people, but you need to make sure that you have the tools to deal with bad days.
Absolutely.
Like
Yeah.
sometimes you're gonna go out into the world, and I'm happy that they're receiving you and you feeling good about yourself and everything, but it's not always gonna be like that when you go out there.
It's not.
So you need the tools to be able to deal with the bad days. Like there was obstacles. You're gonna have good days. That's why I try to wake up like, all right, if nothing's put me in a bad mood, I wake up happy to wake up. You know what I mean?
And you know, the more that you try to like pretend that everything is okay, the dumb shit happens.
Yes.
That's when
The
you
dumb
drop your
shit.
phone, the phone cracks. You don't got money for another phone.
The dumb
You know, you
shit.
might not even have money for the replacement.
The-
But your phone
yeah.
cracks, or your tire's flat, or the battery dies. I've been through those things,
Yes.
especially the
I
battery
did some
recently.
dumb shit yesterday. I fucked around. I scheduled a bill to get paid, and
You didn't move the money.
no. I scheduled the bill to get paid. Woke up eager as hell to pay the bill. Paid it, and then couldn't cancel the scheduled payment. Paid
You double pay.
paid the bill twice.
That type of thing.
What the?
The intention, but then here's the thing. Quickly in that moment, you have to say the intention was good.
It was.
My credit I maybe didn't want to spend that extra money.
I
right
did
now,
not. But
you don't have to worry about it next month. You set yourself up. So
Right.
if you can quickly say, you know what? That was my liquor money, or that was my weed money, or that was my fun money, or that was my. You be like, you know what? I was responsible. You just have to eat it. And I think the older that I get, that it kind of is refreshing. I just be like, all right, moving on. How do we repivot? And that took, for me, takes a lot. Because I'm highly emotional. I feel everything.
Yeah.
So to bring Katie Kaboom back down
Right.
to here without spiraling out in that moment, it takes work.
It take a lot of work.
It takes practice. You're not. You're going to be Katie Kaboom until you can. It's to the point where you're going to be Katie Kaboom. Say Katie Kaboom. Oh, fuck. I could. Okay, and then you're going to go and say you're going to be like, I'm going to. Okay.
I feel you. I am the therapist and the crash out all the time. Within myself, like I'm both all the time. Like and I'm counseling myself, and then when I feel I can't counsel myself, I'll call one of my brothers, and if because they always bring me back down, which is interesting because we all have the capacity to just be a powder keg. So, but I think we responsibly know that when another one of us calls the other one, your job is to de-escalate.
That is awesome.
Because if we give any inkling to turn up, it is fucking
Do not
over.
Do not give me a green light. I need you to talk me off of the ledge right now.
Exactly right.
And I wanted to ask you something about a statement you made in passing earlier. You were making a statement. You were like about how the content of your podcast was built based in love, and how it was about basically you said sexual kind of education and just being sexually aware. But you also mentioned about how the state now is kind of full of the propaganda, the male versus female stuff that I see online all the time. And I always try to not participate because, to be honest, I don't really pay attention to a lot of that stuff. My relationship with women off of whatever online, offline is fine. I don't really have a lot of these imaginary. I feel like I have regular dating problems that every guy has. Some of these imaginary.
It's the dating problems that the women have. It's equal dating issues.
It's equal dating. I don't see all these. I don't see all these issues that a lot of people are talking about usually in dating in the actual world.
And I don't be seeing them in real life.
Talking to actual women. So I want to know where you think a lot of that, basically that rhetoric came from, and how we got to this place where there's so much where you guys are doing this, you guys are doing that. Do you think it's something that's just been around and we're just seeing it more because of the internet, or that the internet has exasperated it a little bit?
Rage baiting.
That's what I'm about to say. Yeah.
Monetizing rage baiting.
For sure.
Rest in peace was named Kevin
Samuels.
Wasn't a fan, but I know he's no longer here, so respect the dead. But he wasn't always that way. When he first started, he was telling men that they were fucking up.
Yeah, he was going crazy on niggas.
He was spazzing on men. Like women loved him. And then controversy sells so much better than the truth. Everybody loves a lie. Everybody loves some puffs. Everybody loves something that's tantalizing. Let's dig into this. And it's okay to think those ways. It's okay to have an oppositional conversation. But what is the goal here?
Where are we getting to?
Are we just having this conversation just to bait each other and just to argue?
Just to tear somebody down? Or
are we really trying to understand where the dynamic of relationships have gone?
Yeah.
And I say a lot of the things that happen right now, or what I'm saying with this, it's just monetizing. I don't think of it as, I know that there are men and women who have their certain beliefs and thoughts and aspects when it comes to dating, but most of the noise that we're hearing is coming from men. So it's like, is this how y'all all feel? But no, it is not. And in a society where everything is being perpetuated in a certain way, it does make you be like, well, F these niggas. But yeah.
I mean, I also think that there's a market for people to sell. It's not self-help. It's like the opposite of self-help.
Self-destruct?
I was going to say they sell self-confirmation to people who aren't willing to do work.
Oh, like AI right now. If you ask
kind of
AI
like
anything,
AI.
If you ask anything AI about yourself, they're going to pump you up.
They're going to pump you.
They're going to pump you.
Unless you intentionally prompt it to be real or to you know what I mean? You got to prompt it.
But you have to want them
to
be real.
It's like telling somebody, hey, be real with me right now, please, when you're not.
Correct.
Rather than talking to somebody who you know is going to be real.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, I definitely feel that. And I see a lot of, to me, it's sad. Like I said, I see a lot of disconnect on that front from like I said, from every side. I think as far as the podcast, I feel like
it's only the black people though.
Like as far as the podcast, the guys are definitely leading.
It seemed like it is though. It seemed like it is.
Maybe it's my algorithm.
White men are bashing white women indirectly through conversations about abortion.
Yeah,
and they're attacking white women indirectly through conversations about because a lot of these podcasts, not a lot, but a good number of these podcasts are white women and white men having the same conversations that the red pill community is having. I mean, you know what I mean? It's the same thing.
That's true. It's just not on our algorithm.
And they're going to express to us if we see them, but when we see each other doing that, you know what I mean? It kind of jumps off the joint to us. But it's like I said, I don't really see any of the stuff a lot of these red pill dudes talk about. For one, I think the whole concept of people talking about being submissive is so simplified and so idiotic the way they talk about it, as if somebody submitting to you is doing a bunch of fucking chores for you.
But it's also
and then even the way that they talk about it, I haven't really been in that many relationships. Like when I'm in a relationship, I do whatever for the person I'm with, and they usually do whatever for me.
Sounds like you're considerate.
Since I've been in high school, if my girl needed me to do something, I would do something for her. And I've had girls who've honored me enough to be like, you know what, I'm gonna wash this for you, or I'm gonna do this for you, I'm gonna help you clean up. So to me, it's like, so when it really comes down to it, I think a lot of niggas just need to realize that you ain't the one. There's a lot of those conversations.
You're not Hemingway.
You just ain't the one. If you going through your life and you like, I've never had this, I've never had that, and I'm sitting there looking at you like,
but that's what it's for though. It's for it's for selling self-confirmation to people who are not self-analyzing. Yeah. So like if you can tell a guy or a girl you haven't done anything wrong. It's them people that's the one. You know what I mean? And people will eat that up.
They do eat that up. It's like it's not you. Like people don't really hold. Like
that's lack of accountability.
Exactly. Right. It's selling that to people who don't want to count. That's like, what it really is.
When you have friends, you're not supposed to do that. Like me and him have had real conversations where he's called me like, bro, X, Y, and Z has happened even years ago, and I'm like, bro, listen, you wrong. Sometimes you just wrong. That happened. Here's the facts. Yeah. These are the facts. No matter how you feel. These are the facts of the situation. Here's what you did. Here's what they did. Here's where you stand. You gotta be able to stand with that. And I feel like when you don't have people, like accountability in general in the black community is like, we are at a fucking famine for accountability. From all angles, family to kids, like parenting, relationship wise, cross-gender, friends, church folks, in schools, we are at an impasse for accountability. I feel like that's a real hurt piece for us in a lot of places.
Because a lot of people just choose to play the blame game.
Yes.
Because it's easier to blame everything else except for what you're currently doing right now. And I do feel the two things are true at the same time. Yeah. Yes, you have traumas. Yes, you have a history. Yes, you were abandoned. Yes, you have all of the things that could... You're in this position because of those things, but what do you want out of your life?
Exactly.
What do you want this to be? But that's hopelessness.
Yeah.
So talking to somebody who, that's why I feel like this is where I'm at, because I want to talk to people who feel hopeless. I mean, even the Beyoncés, even the Michael Jacksons have gotten to the point in their lives, creativity, either when it began or when it was ending or in between. What am I doing this for? Who am I?
Yeah.
What you have to really dig deep in order to go.
That's where rebrands even come from. It's like I'm having a crisis.
And you can I mean, we've seen it. We've seen a lot of rebrands to the point where we will forget about somebody's past. You know what I'm saying? It's not that we necessarily forget, but it's just like, okay, you're human.
Yeah.
There is that. But that aspect comes a lot later, and you have to keep fighting through that too.
Yeah, and it depends on how public your fall off was too.
Absolutely.
Your fall off. I tell everybody all the time. I say, there's been a lot of Ray Rices. There was only one whose shit was on video. There was only one who the whole world stopped for. I've heard of dudes in the field doing worse shit than that, and I'm seeing them playing it next week. I'm like, what the fuck?
But also the accountability, the lack of accountability comes from a lack of collectivism too, because we have like rampant individualism going through the community, and because of that, it's very easy to not take accountability because you can always fall back on, well, what else am I supposed to do when I don't have XYZ, or what else am I supposed to do when I'm trying to take care of 3 kids by myself? What else am I supposed to do? So then your bad behavior, for lack of a better phrase, becomes a necessary action for survival.
To survive.
When collectivism creates resources, but it also creates an environment in which you have to now be accountable for what you do.
But now you don't want nobody in your business.
Exactly.
Now you don't want to be open and vulnerable.
Right.
Because you don't want nobody judging you.
Right.
And the whole thing is, hey, baby, we get judged every day, whether or not, good or bad. We all get judged, but we cool with the good judgment.
For sure.
But we hate the bad judgment.
Mm-hmm.
It's a two-way street. It's not a one lane, and it's not a one size fits all situation. Like, you gotta pivot on how your situation is. That's literally the only thing that you can do. And community, people who hold you accountable, like you said. If you don't have that, there's a lot of people who don't have that. There's people who choose to hang with yes men. There's people who choose to say, I don't deal with such and such. I don't like me. I don't like hanging with other women. Because the other women make you reflect and look at yourself and what you're not doing. Possibly. Now, I do have another instances of relationships and jealousy and all of those things. That's when male, female friend groups, that happens. But I honestly look at women who proudly say, I don't deal with women. I don't have female friends. They have a lot of trauma attached with their female relationships, including possible family traumas, in a place where they don't trust women. They've been downed by women, and that sucks. That's terrible.
Because I've heard that a lot too. Now that you mention it,
I hate to hear that. I hate it.
Where the origin of that comes from, when I meet somebody, a girl, and they're like, "Yeah, I don't really deal with chicks a lot. I don't really deal with no chicks."
They've been lied to. They didn't find the right trap. The right trap didn't. And also, even with that, when they were in those friendships trying to figure them out, they were also trying to figure themselves out too. So they didn't know what they needed. They just know that they needed a friend. Companionship, the thought of what a friendship is, and a lot of the women who do say that are very strong women. They're very strong, they're intelligent women, but it's kind of like I hear a little girl in there saying like, she didn't share with me, or she didn't, you know what I'm saying? It kind of goes back to that, or because you want somebody who looks like you to treat you the same way, especially if you have that love.
Exactly.
And I think that, this is my take, I do think that, especially working at high school, I think that girls are a little bit better at pretending that they like you as a friend, and guys, we're not really good at pretending to be your friend.
But also I feel like the dynamic, and I'm not a guy, so I can't speak to it. I feel like it's so much easier for you to make friends.
It is.
For sure. I've been friends with somebody I fought right after we got done fighting.
You can be
we
with
didn't
somebody.
Squab, and then now it's all good.
Believe me, Stephon and Offset are going to be cool. They're going to be at Christmas dinner.
They're going to be at a Super Bowl.
They're going to be cool.
It's going to be when all that fades out and everybody's back. They're going to be cool. Because I agree. There's a lot, even just from the women that I'm really close to as friends, and seeing how they handle the relationship, or what other relationships they've had with women. I'm like, why is this so, like, there's girls I'll see and I'm like, they're super tight. And I done met them with a group of my friends that were all tight as hell 20 years later. And I'm seeing them, I'm like, oh, yo, I ain't seen you in a minute. What happened to so-and-so? She fucked my dude. That happened to me. I had that conversation with four different girls from 4 different friend groups that I ran into and caught up with. Y'all, I ain't cool with her no more because of X, Y, and Z. And not saying that I don't see that on this side, but it's so rare. Like, we had even inner squad, like a situation like that happening, if it ever happened amongst my friends, we handle it together. Like, yo, nigga, you wild if you did that. There ain't no letting it go. There ain't no behind the scene talk. We want to put it on Front Street.
So whereas guys is, I fucked up, that happened, With women, it's our property. You touched my property.
Yeah, you're right.
I can never forgive you. Yeah. I had feelings about him, and you know that. And I was open with you. You've seen us together. Even if it was a situationship, you know how I told you how I felt. Even if we just ain't really like that, but I told you how I feel. we're supposed to be locked in.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be my sister.
Yeah.
It's a little different because it's a property thing. It's a mine. It's in a lot of ways, absolutely, I agree. That's the girl code, guys. Just in case you were wondering,
I get that.
The girl code is you do not deal with your friend, sister, cousin, anybody.
For guy code is similar. It's the same,
similar, but I feel like it's a little bit looser for guys.
It depends, but for us,
how
it depends.
close the relationship is.
I've had friends call me like, yo, I seen girl you want. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, girl, that's cool. It ain't nothing. Like unless you was my girl, like I brought you met my mom. There ain't a lot. There's probably a couple women on this earth that I'm like, they know already. Like you talking to her is some weird shit.
Yeah, like you're being weird.
But if you see me out with a girl twice, we never talk again, and I see you out with the girl. Most of the time, my friends will call me ask her.
Or don't tell you, don't give you a heads up.
I'm like, I don't care.
Because here's what I do like about the guys. There is not a lot of men out here for women. So there's a lot more women for y'all to choose from.
That's true.
So that's the one thing kind of, it's just like, girl, you went on a date with him one time. You went out on a date with him one time. You're really holding on to that. You're not, like, to the point where I'm in the space, I'm a lot more mature. If I was to go out on a date with somebody and it wasn't where I thought it was, but I'm like, you know what, he would be good for such and such. Maybe I should introduce him. I don't understand why that's not happening more.
I feel like that should happen. I've had somebody who I used to talk to hit me and basically asked me about one of my friends before. And the situation told her, I said, well, if you really want to talk to him, I'll introduce you. I'm like, but just know, like, me and you can't really be friends anymore. Like,
did y'all have sex?
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
And I'm like, you want to talk to him?
You could do it.
That's fine, but me and you ain't going to be doing it. You're not going to be talking to him and calling me. Let me tell you about your friend. No, you're going to move on with him.
Yeah.
I'm going to wish y'all the best. I'm going to speak to you. Everything's going to be regular when I see you.
You definitely want to be telling me about my friend.
But our relationship has to end if you want to talk to him. Like, so I can give you his number, but just know this is the end of me and you exchanging like that.
I kind of fuck with sis.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Shout out to sis.
I understood her.
I never had nobody hit me like that.
That was some real shit.
No,
she was like, hey, it ain't really me and you, but I'm feeling your friend and you're cool as shit. I don't want to like disrespect you in any way, but I don't want to miss something that could be for me.
And to be honest, she had more than the right to it because it wasn't even that. We hit it off, but I wasn't really feeling
You weren't pursuing.
I wasn't pursuing it, and that's when she came around. I'm like, what am I going to do? Tell you can't be free because I don't want. That's one thing I tell my homies that's immature. I'm like, bro, let that girl go if you don't want her, bro.
Gold star for you for
let
letting
that girl
young
go.
lady go.
If I don't want some, I've always been the dude that it's like, yo, if he like her way more than me,
go get her.
Why wouldn't I let you have her?
Go get her.
Not saying even let.
A lot of men, but your sounds like you're coming from a whole person place. Okay,
but also,
you know what I'm saying? Like you're a whole person.
Yeah.
So that's not going to drive you. But a lot of men, that's the ego thing. You can't can't touch mine.
Yeah.
I could dibble and dabble and touch yours and do this, but that's mine.
Oh yeah, I know niggas.
It's
like
also
that all the time.
a security thing too.
Like,
like,
and then they girls step out, send a text message. Let them girls send a text message with a heart, and they be over my crib crying, face in the pillow.
I mean, it's also a security thing too, where it's like, if you know that you're not the type of person who's going to struggle to find love or to find somebody, you have less of an inclination to be caught up on something. You know what I mean? I've never had nobody hit me and ask me that, but I did have an ex one time. It was a long time ago. Tell me, oh yeah, there's this girl that I went to class with. Y'all would be so good together. And that was such a weird moment for me because I'm like,
the hell?
You my ex for real. Like, but she's one of them people where it's just
she
like,
loved you genuinely. Did she love you genuinely?
I
or respected you or held you in a certain
definitely
esteem.
Respect me. I mean, this was we were coming out of high school into something.
Okay.
And then years later she hit me up about that. So I can't
nice.
That was fly. So I don't really I think that's hard for people to do though, because number one, a lot of times you're not really concerned about somebody else's success anyway. So you might see somebody that's like, oh yeah, that person will be good for such and such, but you're not really concerned about whether they're in a healthy relationship or not. So you don't facilitate. You know what I mean? But
I think people should do it more, especially if it's kind of like I don't know. There's sitcom shows about it. I was just watching Sister, Tia and Tamara. I think Tamara was in love with her sister's boyfriend at that point in time, or I'm sorry, it wasn't that.
What I say?
She was trying to. She was trying. There was a guy who liked her sister.
Yeah.
And he was the nerdy guy.
Yeah.
But he really liked Tamara, so. He was just like, Tia wanted to go to the Boyz II Men concert. He had Boyz II Men tickets. She was like, I'll help you get my sister. Just give me the tickets. When she was getting to know him, she ended up liking him while she's preparing him for his sister. When the time came, he was suited and booted. Tamara was just like, oh my God, Elliot is so great. Da, 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 da. now she's nervous. She doesn't even know how to approach Elliot because now Elliot seems like out of her league now.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, Tia's over there pissed because she didn't got this guy together who she knows was attracted to. Meanwhile, they're twins. Knows was attracted to her sister.
Personality real.
It is.
Personality real.
At the end of the episode, Tamara and Elliot are on this date, and Tia's talking to Tamara, trying to give her the game, little Romeo and Juliet style. And Tamara ends up Tia ends up pretty much didn't realize she was on the microphone, and she started really like expressing how she felt about Elliot. Tamara heard her, and she said, "I think there is somebody who's better for him." And she was like, "Who?" She's like, "You, Goofy. Like it's you. Like you actually genuinely like him." I thought that was such a sweet, being that it's a sitcom, and they were sisters. Even though it was a write-in, it was more so like, no, you deserve to have that too. And you did all of this for me because he really liked me. You were completely selfless in this matter. Like you really just didn't think about yourself. Please go. And then Tia and Elliot ended up having a date. And they had a great time. Elliot didn't even realize that he enjoyed Tia. So he didn't realize that until he was on the date with Tamara. He was just like, well, I haven't talked to Tia. How's Tia? Where's she at? Like, I haven't seen her. She just disappeared on me. So I to say that just to say, if you know somebody who's better for somebody else, do them probably the biggest favor. I'm a very big advocate of love. I love love. Just do them a favor and just say, hey, don't feel weird. I ain't hit it or nothing like that, but this might be the good person for you. I think if we were able to do, I think that would like,
I think that'd be good too. I think the hitting it is the end all when you be like, I don't want to go back across my homeboy or my homegirl.
Yes. And sometimes even if you did hit it and it didn't work out, depending on how the other person feels, if that's weird for them, then cool. But
because it's hard to have that conversation of, even with the girl I was talking about earlier, it's hard to have that conversation of, I know we just had sex, I know the chemistry's good and everything, and you're a great person, you're probably just not great for me. And they're like, I'm a great person, but I'm not fucking great for you. And it's just like, well, listen. It's kind of hard to have that conversation.
When you're trying to have that conversation, you have to implicate yourself as being the one that.
Absolutely.
Can you have that message via text? Or is that tasteless?
No, I mean I have, but it was for people who I didn't really. I think if you text that message, then you don't really care about that person.
Oh, so you don't care about them if you text it?
Not that you don't care about them, but they don't hold a space in your mind and your world in which you want to hash out an emotional engagement, and that's real. There's people in your life who you just don't. We're not willing to get emotional with.
And to be honest, I feel
like some people you are.
The real problem is the speed that dating goes with nowadays. Like it's so hard.
What is the speed of dating?
Because I feel like I'll come out and be regular, but I do realize, like you said, like even with just the population, I realize the deficit there is of how much goofy ass niggas is out here. I completely understand. So I know when I go out, me being the bare minimum of being 6'4", having a job, no kids, no record, you know what I mean, being able to speak and being able to
at a certain age, that's
you jackpot. And I'm trying to slow up, and I'm gonna be honest. I was trying to tell my dad, like, it's hard to slow up with girls. I know niggas are supposed to be the ones that be like, yo, pressure, I'm on it. It's rare that I get a girl who, one, doesn't want to have sex with me within 3 weeks of meeting me, and that's just being real. And two, that ain't gonna feel weird if I tell her I don't want to.
I'm glad that this is coming up, and I am guilty of being said woman, not this like you gotta have sex within this 3 weeks, but just feeling like I like you like me, let's do this. Why aren't we not doing this? Why is this going so? Why aren't you calling me? Why aren't we doing this? Why can't we do this? Oh, you 2 weeks in between the date. You nigga, you don't like me?
Yeah.
Like I have been guilty of that, and in the process of that, and actually like
you feel defended.
Yes. Yeah. But then it's just like, damn, age goes along with that too, because it's like, I do want to be somebody's wife, and I'm this age, and I got to kind of get this cracking. So what's up? Stop wasting my time. Yeah. And I think that a lot of women, some, are kind of geared to be like, if you like me, what's up?
Yeah.
Why are you pussyfooting?
Yeah.
Word of the day is pussyfooting. It's one of my favorite words.
Pussyfooting. Why are you pussyfooting? I think that there's also a misunderstanding.
P is for pussyfooting.
Yeah. There's also a misunderstanding that men and women have when it comes to what personal growth looks like on ESAP. And I think that there's a misunderstanding because we just can't live in each other's worlds internally. And so personal growth for men, pain equals progress. Intentional discomfort, seeking discomfort equals success for men. That might be true across all species in general, but men take it to a level in which some would say that it's unhealthy depending on how you view it, right? Because for us, isolation is the only way in which we get better.
I get that, and I know men who feel that way. They have to completely isolate themselves in order to grow.
And I don't think that's healthy, by the way. But
it's not.
That's how we deal. So it's like when you're like into a man and a man is into you, but he's in a place where he's also looking for some upward movement. There's going to be a level of distance that's not comfortable with, because there's things that he's trying to do in his life that he can't. Because for us, especially if you the type of dude that's all in, like, soon as you get a woman, you're spending time and money that you are not planning to spend. And there's no way around that. Like, and a woman can say, we can go on free dates. We can go on free dates. I'm free dates. You don't never want to hear no girl say, oh, we can go on free dates. Yo, shut up. We can't go on no free dates.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ain't no free dates.
I literally just went off.
We can't go on no free dates.
I went on a date the other day. It was a nice date. It was light. I don't think it was that expensive. It was like $1.20.
If we go on a free date, it wasn't a date. We were taking a walk.
I feel like I saved money. I got my money's worth.
I think free dates, okay, so I'm going to get chopped for this, and that's okay, chop me. But I feel like there's a coffee date situation. I mean, I feel like there's ways to kind of like date in your realm. Yeah. So if you're a coffee drinker and you're that type of person, I think that's the easy way. That's something that you do. You know what I'm saying? If you're not a coffee drinker and you ask me to go on a coffee date, boy, fuck you. Yeah. You better take me to Rita's. Go somewhere where you actually like, instead of trying to be trendy and take. But keep that. But keep it on that line.
I asked somebody out for coffee one time, and I ain't drink coffee, and she ain't drink coffee. That was years ago. I was like college. It was college. I didn't know what to say to her. That's the only thing that slipped out.
At the beginning, so college, and again, and I feel like okay, so college and early 20s coffee dates are good. You know what I'm saying? And it also depends on what you're kind of looking for too. I am not opposed to a coffee date because I can understand your reasoning behind wanting to go on a coffee date. And I actually drink coffee, so it wouldn't be the worst thing. But what's the next date after this? Yeah.
I think
you
a coffee date
is like me to death because you can't afford to really date.
Caffeine pappy.
Or where's the like? Is this for real? Are you really trying to figure shit out before you extend your graces in this dating world, which I can understand?
Most people ain't, and I feel like that's my main complaint. Like, I got 5 sisters. They all know, you know what I mean? Like, for the most part, dating wise, I don't want to. Well, a couple of them's too young anyway. But when they gonna know when they get older, I don't want to meet no bum. I don't care if you get your shit together. Get your shit together before you get out there. And
What's
start
a bum
dating.
though? Define it.
A bum is somebody who has $0 in their pocket and is going to approach a woman about a date. Who have no means of doing anything.
You mean what do they call it? Not a
hobosexual.
Hobosexual.
Like, why are you like niggas be like, oh, you want to hold me down till I come up? Why the fuck are you approaching a girl? I ain't never had
People actually ask that question. You want to hold me down,
bro? They say it all the time.
It's not that they offer a lot of dick. They offer great.
How do you offer a lot of dick?
No, I'm just saying that's the thing. So they don't say, "Are you want to hold me down?" Yeah. They just slowly start to evolve.
And then before you know,
then they're standing out over your house, and when I say
the PlayStation right there,
now you're dickmatized. Joe Scott talked about it before, but now you have a nigga in your house who is not doing anything that he's supposed to do because he's just laying dick down. He's a hobosexual. Yeah. All he can offer is dick. Yeah. And weed. Maybe if you give him the money for it, or if his homie got it,
or if you take it out your purse, or his credit. Got no money.
Yeah, that's it. And it happens. Luckily, I don't see too much of it. And
honestly,
thank God.
I would be so disappointed in myself if all I had was that. That would be so crazy.
Of like, that's why one of them things, like, even though, I try to make it clear all the time, like, I believe both genders do that shit. That's why there's so much shit I got to get on the girl side. Because in my life, I can't count on both hands, both feet, in both of your hands and both of your feet how many women I've seen put a nigga up in the crib. I can count on one hand
facts,
how many times
that's a regular occurrence in certain neighborhoods.
I can count on one hand how many times. I've done it once. I know a couple other guys who have done it one time. Besides that, I could go all day with women I've seen who have put niggas up. And that's why I be trying to tell girls, yo, stop with this whole, be a gold digger. It's okay to look at a nigga, and you don't got to look at a nigga and want all his money, but it's okay to look at a nigga like, yo, you don't got your shit together. I know, bro. You don't got a job.
That's not a gold digger, though.
You're not getting your life's not on track. You do not need to be fucking dating me. And I hate all these niggas that be begging for, like, me personally, whenever I'm down bad, I'm not looking for a girl.
That's the part. Like, and not to
get back right.
Right. I do want to be careful though, because there's people who say if you don't make a certain amount of money, then you can't date, which is I understand when they say that.
Within your
I'm talking about no money, no aspiration.
You're talking about no money,
you can
but
be a
like,
construction
there's
worker
people who think that if you make $60K, you shouldn't be dating. However, $60K is like above the national average. So like, at some point, you gotta be willing to like.
You can go ahead and get you. I mean, I would definitely say there's definitely with us being guys, we're not about to date up. I will say the difference between guys and women, like when y'all find a guy when y'all
guys, we don't date up.
We don't date up.
I've turned down multiple dating up opportunities.
When women make more bread than me, it's not like I don't feel some type of way. We can't keep up. That's what let me explain what I was saying. We can't keep up at the end of the day. So I'm like, when a girl can't keep up with me, I'm paying. I'm not going to a club that I can't afford and expecting a woman to pay for me. If I ask a girl to go out of the country, I'm expected to pay. If a woman asks me to go outside of the country, I'm still expected to pay for myself. I'm fine with that.
At least,
I'm not one of them dudes who's like, oh, I'm just like, yo, I'm not going to deal with a chick who has more bread than me, not because I'm insecure about it, but because I don't need to be slowing you down from your lifestyle that I can't keep up with, and you don't need to be completing and paying for my lifestyle. Okay. That's why I feel the same way that if you're dating, you can date whatever wage you have. You just got to date inside your ways. There are women who like, I don't make that much. I'm a coordinator at a nonprofit. It's all right. You know what I mean? I make enough to survive. You know
and also, you're a coordinator at a nonprofit doing what for the community? Like, what's your it's bigger than what you're making.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so you're a coordinator that's cool. Like, your position is helping others. So, okay, you might not make $80,000 a year. Don't know, not trying to count your pockets, but you're still contributing something else of yourself. So that should be looked upon as a bonus too. Like, okay, well, he's in a nonprofit. He might not make as much money as I would like, but he's actually like, again, I'll use the term a whole person, or he's giving back in different areas, because you can choose to work wherever you want to. I'm sure that if you wanted to, if you had the opportunity to, but the fact that you chose nonprofit, you chose to work for a nonprofit. Says a lot. So when you're thinking about those things, he's a janitor, he's a custodian, or he's XYZ, they make money.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
All the jobs they told you didn't want to end up as when you were a kid in there or making bread. Like, all my teachers used to tell me that.
All the trades and stuff right now, ladies, get you somebody with a trade.
Yeah.
Or who cares about their community.
Honestly. Let's get you somebody who supports. Another thing I hate too is like, there ain't no fucking such thing as 50-50. Somebody gonna have to do a little bit more sometimes.
Speak on it.
Not somebody who
I don't think so, bro. I think 50-50
completely down your life with everything. Yeah. 50-50 at all.
No. I'm not saying complete down the life. I'm saying that the 50 that someone else contributes isn't necessarily monetary.
Yeah, and what I'm saying is, don't gotta be, if it's 60,
it's always 50-50. Even if a nigga's paying all the bills, then there's other things.
But I'm saying it's not 50-50. It's not. Sometimes it's gonna be 70-30. Sometimes it's 60-40. Sometimes it's 45-55. You gotta be able to fluctuate that. So
it depends. I feel like it depends on which area, because if we're talking finances and who's overseeing the household and where that leaves them out as the patriarchy or whatever the case may be, the provider and all that, that's one thing. Yeah. If you're talking about as a whole relationship, that's a different...
Yeah, whole relationship. Yeah.
Whole relationship, I feel like you're speaking about with the 70-30, 60-40. When I don't have my 60, we got to make it happen. We got to make somewhere happen. Yeah. The conversation was about finances and who is taking care of that.
Yeah, for me, that's always the male. That's always the male.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really had a household where I've been that person in every household I've been, even in my relationship, so I don't really have that.
And that's why we tend to turn down like dating up. It's not about feeling good.
It's about... I don't know if it feels good. It just feels like it's a responsibility.
I want to say yes, but I also want to say no, because nobody feels good spending a lot of money.
True.
It's not about really feeling good. It's about being functional.
It's like no.
Right. Like, it's about being functional though.
But as a man, that's something that y'all are beat into y'all brains. You gotta provide a lot. There's something that's happening.
The scale is sliding up.
We got that.
The scale is sliding.
Like, my dad is manic with that shit.
Yeah.
So he's
but you could buy a house and pay the mortgage with one job 35, 40 years ago.
Yeah, you can't really
Today, you can't buy a house and pay the mortgage with two jobs.
So are we stepping into roommate relationships territory?
But this is the problem. Our biological identity, our DNA isn't stepping into that. Biologically, we aren't stepping into what societally we are actually in. Does that make sense? Yeah. Right? So societally, we're in a place in which providing for an entire family is no longer something that's actually realistic for 95% of human beings on the planet.
Correct.
However, our biology does not recognize that.
Yeah.
Our biology, women are wired to want to be with a man who has resources and his physical promotes resources, and men want to be those providers. You know what I mean?
Hunter-gatherer.
You know what I mean? So it's just biologically, we're never really going to ever be in a place in which we're just comfortable with, as men, being comfortable with not being able to be the big dog when it comes to taking care of shit. You know what I mean? And that's why we stay away from dating up. And it's not because it's like, because women will often say like, I don't need you for X, Y, and Z. It's not even about that. It's just a simple fact that if I can't maintain your lifestyle, then I'm going to let you find someone that can.
Yeah, because I can see how that would mentally affect you as a man. Like, baby, I want to give you the world. I want to do it all for you. But feasibly, I'm not there. Like you're that person. You shop at Louis every weekend. I mean,
and it's underrated how much women are willing to do. That's why I'm saying, like, the shit you see on the internet ain't the shit you do in real life. Because I know plenty of women who are getting a bag that I have been, and you know, women who have had a little bit less that I've hit it off with and been willing to do whatever for me. I've had to do more stopping women of buying me stuff than I ever had to do of asking. More of, yo, don't know. I'm good. I'm not. Nah, you're not buying me a fucking car. You're not. No, you're not doing. You're not.
You must be swinging it, okay?
She said,
I have a car.
You need a car.
I just think it's the
generosity. You need to be over here more often. You need a car.
I just think it's the wonderful generosity of women nowadays.
I mean, because they
Red Pill will say, "Shut the fuck up, nigga. Shut the fuck up, nigga."
Because women we're nurturers, we're givers. Yeah. So especially when we're doing good, I have all of this excess. Like, my cup is literally spilling over. Do you want some?
And you will spoil a motherfucker if you like them. I've had that, and I had to be like, yo.
When a woman is in love with you,
she gonna do it.
When a woman is in love with you, there's nothing that she's not going to do.
She's gonna do it, yeah.
Especially, again, if she's a whole person and who has figured out what she needs and requires, and you show her that, she's going to try to outdo you. Because
every time. This goes, I stopped talking about my problems because I know they're going to start looking for a way to, like, if there was a girl I was doing what she had mad bread. She had 2 cribs. It was in the middle before I even got my car. I was still trying to figure shit out. I was fresh out of another relationship. And I actually had to step away from her a little bit just because women are so nurturing and so comforting. And the last thing I needed at that point in time, as crazy as it sounds, was just nurture and comfort.
And Lum, I'm going to just tell you this. If you out here getting off her cars, she didn't just want to nurture you. She wanted to nurture that dick because, see, she was like, he's a good man, Savannah. He's a good man. And I know he's down on his luck, but I can work with this. And women will do that.
No, yeah.
We not me no more, but we will want to fix you and do.
No, she was willing to. I could tell if I would have been one
you
of the
would have had a whole new wardrobe, car, shoes, everything.
Probably been standing in her crib right now, but I just couldn't be like, if I'm going to deal with you, I got to come as your equal. I can't have you. I can't be your son.
Correct, because then that's when that changes.
You can't raise me in a relationship. That's why I told her, like, listen, I got to get away. And it was little shit. Like, I'm going to get up and go to the gym. I don't eat breakfast in the morning. And we're like, cool. Then I'm waking up. Here's breakfast.
Like, girl.
Like, stuff like that. It's like, all right.
But
I said I don't eat breakfast.
Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's where when the self-growth of a man, it gets challenged by how much your woman loves you. And it gets a little annoying because it's like, I'm trying to go through the darkness while I'm loving on you. But you want to shower me in light, which is not a problem. But I'm telling you, I need to be dark a little bit.
Can we speak about that for a second?
I'm walking through the path of the shadow of death right now.
Because I think that's a great thing that a lot of women, it goes in one ear and out the other. Because who doesn't want to be just showered with affection and meals and baths and
a nigga trying to get some money?
Yeah. A nigga, a
real man that is trying to advance himself.
A real man who's trying to achieve things or trying to battle himself because he got his own demons that was on his back. I totally understand that. I get that now. And as a person who also isolates whenever shit is bad, and I have to try to figure this out. Sometimes my friends, they don't like it. No, my mom, nobody likes it. Nobody likes it when I get like that. So I think that's the one thing that I can say that I have in common with a man who's like that. Because leave me the fuck alone for a minute. I have to figure this out. I'm going to come out of it before the man does, though. So, and I realize that. But I want you to hyper focus on that so that anybody who's trying to figure out their man right now because he's in a dark space and he's just trying to be there and uplift him, how can you do that and resist your innate
urge to overdo it,
urge to just love on him like that?
I don't think. Well, I think it's you gotta pick when you love on him. Like the moments in which he needs to start the engine to go into the dark. If that's his morning, if that's his 4 a.m. morning, and he needs to go to the gym, you love on him after work. You know what I mean? Like you gotta be mindful about when he's open to be loved on. And that part of that is also the man and trauma and therapy and all that. But let's give this scenario from two healed people together, right? But the guy needs to have some type of advancement and growth in his life that requires him. First thing, a man that needs advancement, he's going to be going to the gym. Any man that needs advancement in his life that's not going to the gym is missing a step. And we need to go to the gym because physicality preps our brain to do things. And it preps our creativity to flow naturally.
That's the cheat code for women too. Because
for human bodies.
For human bodies.
You got to hit the
Period.
gym, right?
For your mental capacity to grow. You have to train it.
Right. And for a man, it's going to look like that. And I'm kind of nitpicking, but I do think that it's also going to look like some morning workouts. Because the thing is like we challenge ourselves to either work out in a way in which challenges our day. Because it's easy. When it's easy to work out, we probably won't pick that just because we're hard headed a little bit. But whatever. So I think that a woman also
workouts is the hardest thing to do.
Facts. And I think that also a man needs to understand that the love from his woman is a part of his recovery routine.
And
like
so the protein after the workout.
Facts. Like you need, like that's your recovery routine, and you gotta allow it to be your recovery. You can't, like I like to play video games. I play COD a little bit. I don't play as much as I used to because I feel so bad spending more than an hour on a game because there's just so much to do. However, I would say this to my fellas. Don't let your recovery routine only be your PS5. You know what I mean? Like if you can get an hour in or whatever, but you gotta let your woman love on you because now if you don't, she feels like you're pushing her aside.
And
you know
there
what I
is
mean?
something that drops, and I can speak to that. When that doesn't happen, it feels like we're not doing our job. It feels like we're like less of a woman.
It over you.
It is tough, especially when you're a low maintenance type of guy. I've dealt with difficulty just being like, I don't really need that much. You doing everything I need. Like, I don't need that much from you all the time.
That's
like
you knowing your girl, though.
My girl asked me, yo, what you want for dinner? I tell her all the time, baby, you making dinner every night. You can pick something that you want to eat, and whatever the fuck you make, I'm going to eat it.
But you know that makes.
But what do you want for dinner though?
But
and I'm like,
but she makes
your
her
input.
happy.
Yeah.
We get dopamine hits making y'all happy. Mean ass dopamine hits. Oh, he want lasagna tonight. What the fuck this lasagna up? He ain't gonna have no other better lasagna.
Right.
Like especially again when it's a reciprocal relationship. So and that's why and that's how you. Fellas, that's how you actually know that a girl might really like you.
That's interesting, though. I never thought about it like that.
She wants you. When we're saying pick the dates, when we're saying we it's more than just lead us. It's like show us because those are dopamine hits because it's like, oh yeah, daddy, show me what you want because I want to make you happy. Yeah, I want to make myself happy too. But for a lot of us, especially givers, making you happy makes me happy. So understanding that too, I know it could kind of be an annoyance because you're like, girl, just what the fuck you want to eat for dinner? Tired of going through this shit. What do you want? You want a salad? Make a salad.
Then you make a suggestion, like, oh, I'll take this. Well, I don't really know about that. Like,
because we always feel like there's something deeper with you.
Yeah.
We always feel like there's something like, but for men, it's very surface. Yeah. I don't care, babe. Make chicken. I don't care, babe. Make steak. We got steak.
Especially when you in that mode, you working out. I'm really thinking, well, how many grams of protein is that? Can you make me 39 grams of protein?
You know what it
Say
is?
That. Say that, babe. I just finished my workout. All right.
Yeah.
So she gonna look at you like, nigga, where's this?
I need a 70-gram protein meal.
Yeah. Where's the scale?
Where's the scale?
She's gonna be looking on the back and shit like, okay, all right, so it got this much protein and he's taking 39. So this is 9 right here. He needs 30 more. So, but that's when you notice you got a good partner who cares about everything that you do. Yeah. Yes, it can be overwhelming for a man who's trying to figure out in that space. This is why y'all don't want to be in a relationship all like that when y'all going through those times because that can be a lot. Especially if you're dealing with somebody who just wants to give to you. You're like, listen, shut the fuck up and just let me have this time. Right. I'm actually going deep. And then for y'all to be vulnerable, that's like pulling fucking teeth.
And I have something to say to that. I know we ran out of time, but I'll say this. When it comes to men being vulnerable, I think the thing is that there is a gap between what a man experiences and what he feels is relevant information for other people. Mm-hmm. And the gap comes from what we feel like makes you weak to your partner. Like I had just said this to somebody the other day that I don't feel comfortable having conversations around finances with my partner. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm never broke or down and out, but if I don't have what I want to have, I don't want to have that conversation in front of her. And the reason why is because, and I'm not saying it's true, the reason why is because I've been given the game from old heads about you just don't complain to your woman. You just don't complain.
You handle your business.
You handle your business, man. You don't complain to your woman.
Shut the fuck up with no thank yous.
You feel me?
That's what I heard when I was a kid.
And I will say that job is becoming increasingly harder because there's so many more things you gotta shut the fuck up about.
And so, my God, so
it's getting a little crazy out here.
I really don't. Okay, so I understand that we all come from that same generation, and I see the type of man that makes. But as I get older, and my peers, and we're all aging the same way, and y'all were ingrained with that, I'm seeing y'all fall apart.
Dude, that's real.
But surely,
I'm seeing it too.
Y'all are falling apart because that is a lot of fucking pressure.
Yeah.
To just keep abstaining and keep going and keep going and keep going. And if women are encouraged to rest and regenerate and everything like that, as a human being, you need the same thing. You need the same. There's a lot less grace for men, and we appreciate the ones who take on those responsibilities and mean that to the core. Mm-hmm. But there is room for you to breathe. There is a space for you, especially if you have a partner or a community for you that you should be allowed to just be like, fuck. Even if you're just saying fuck because you don't complain out loud and you're just saying fuck. That should start doing that, because holding it in, brain aneurysm, heart attack, strokes,
kill you.
Like
I literally felt my adrenal gland going crazy. There was a point in my life where I was in a particular situation, and I always would feel my adrenal gland releasing adrenaline. I could literally feel it.
Wow.
And I was like, I told myself multiple times, I'm going to die if I stay in this situation.
And
early. I knew it.
And you have to listen to your body.
I did.
Because your body will absolutely tell you. So, like, men, y'all are very important. I don't care what society is trying to pivot and say. Yeah. Black men especially, y'all are wanted and y'all are needed. Yeah. So do the work, because women can't be the only people out here doing the work. Yeah. What are we doing? We're doing the work for ourselves, and we're finding out, you know what, fuck y'all. We don't want to even deal with y'all because y'all don't even give a shit to do the work. Yeah. Become a whole person. It's going to hurt real bad, but it is such a fulfilling thing when you get to the end of the rainbow. It feels like you're a whole new person. Right. Nobody can say shit to you about anything. So I encourage that for men. I'm happy to be here with you guys. I can keep yapping. I told you I'm a great
we gotta have you back.
Anytime, I'm happy to come back. I like to have conversations that are grounded.
We didn't even get to talk about everyday conversations, so we gotta have you back.
But you know what's funny? I definitely.
We didn't talk about my show.
We didn't even talk about.
Before we go, let them know about your show.
Yes, please.
Sure.
Okay, Everyday Conversations with Portia Fox is available on YouTube. Mm-hmm. The whole point of it, again, I told you what my purpose was. Yeah. I want to put people in the spotlight who you might not know around the city and beyond. This is not just going to be just a Pittsburgh-based show, but I want our younger generations, the people who are trying to still figure it out right now, to be inspired and motivated to keep going and to think outside of the box. You might have wanted to be a rapper, right? You didn't know that you could actually like produce or be engineers, or you started with this with nothing, or you worked for free and gave your services to the community, and now you're getting abundantly blessed. I want to remind people that it can happen. There is no amount of time, there is no age, it doesn't matter. So that's why this show is for everybody, because I want you to be 60-year-old and be like, damn, I always did want to do this, let me give it a try. Try it until you're under the ground or burnt up in a urn. You got time to do whatever you want to do. Coming from somebody who's low-key beats myself up about age. But now I'm about to walk into 40. And it feels a lot more refreshing to be authentically me, instead of trying to be something that I'm not or have imposter syndrome. What you see is what you really get.
Yeah. That's beautiful, though.
Yeah, it's definitely.
I don't know. A lot of people have this perception, but then when you talk to me, it really broadens. And it's just like, damn,
Yeah.
But I also do keep some of that shit inside because people will use that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we all have that. I think you make 40 look good though. Make 40 look whole.
Baby.
Yeah.
For sure.
And
Still getting about 28 out here, okay?
You feel me? People think that 40 is the end, but it's not.
It's the beginning. The 30s, all my 30-year-olds who are coming into this, before we get out of here, I just need you to stretch. I need you to get into a habit of stretching.
Gotta stretch.
Before and after
sooner
bed.
than later.
Stretch, please.
Take your supplements.
Please.
Drink your water and mind your fucking business.
Please.
I don't look this good for no reason.
Talk that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That shit.
Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah.
Make sure that you check out Portia Fox. Make sure you check out Everyday Conversations.
Please. On YouTube.
It will be in the description.
Mm-hmm.
And
Love
like
yourself.
and subscribe, man.
Love
like
yourself.
and subscribe. Love yourself. Get a therapist, man. Get a therapist.
Please.
Go to therapy.
And a bonus if they're a psychiatrist in therapy and they can do both because they can actually tell you that your ass is a little bit off. For real.
Yeah. Go
But
see.
start with therapy first.
Yeah. Go see what's up with that. We got some things. We got some resources I'll post in the description. Love y'all. Stay true to yourself. See you next time. Peace.